flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And off we go from Dallas. Here's Vontae Turpin on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. Catch made by Cooks. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On first down, they'll run. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
47.
Going to the ground again on first. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Ferguson's got it. Complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked by Alohi Gilman. And the Chargers get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's a catch for Hayden Hurst. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And it brings up an LA first down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas, Clark, and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Second down now, 7 to go. Herbert now off the play fake. This into the hands of Will Dissly. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. A give to Dobbins. Gets to space right side. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. All right, still scoreless through one quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Chargers ball as we get back for the second, and they are thinking points. First down from the red zone. Has it down close. Touchdown, Los Angeles. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Turpin with a return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Yeah! Here we go! Right there!
Prescott here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Prescott now on 3rd down. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Here we go! Right there!
On 4th down, Prescott's a throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Second and 6 coming up here. Back-to-back carries here. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And they had this well into the red zone now at the 15. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Chargers return this one to the 10 before that return is halted. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be their last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most importantly, going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finds McConkey. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Hey, go line. 59.
He'll throw it. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he's brought down for a loss. Working quickly here. On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On 3rd down, Herbert. Completed to Hurst. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Chargers will have a first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
They bring Johnston in motion. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Herbert from the gun. And this one does not go far. Offense in the hurry up here. 3rd down run by Dobbins. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Only a yard on the play, and that takes us to the end of quarter number 3. So we're through 3 here. It's Chargers football as they try to hang on to a lead in a close game. A big try coming up here for Cameron Dicker. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Brown's kick is up and good. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Kickoff taken at the 13. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
There we go. What do you think?
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Oh no, they get him yet again! Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Chargers have it down near the opposing 40 after the return is stopped.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Offense up to the line fast. They go play action. Here's Herbert. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. It'll be a pickup of 4, and they'll snap 2nd and goal from the 3. Running for it with Dobbins. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. It'll be a gain of only 1 on 2nd, so that brings up 3rd and goal from the 2. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Chargers with a 10-point advantage. So now here's 3rd and goal. Edwards. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
So on fourth down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. Only a 20-yarder here.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. We know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded at the 14. He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Yeah, here we go. I take.
First down, here's Dak. Ferguson there to bring it in. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
This finds Cooks complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st and 10, Prescott. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Chargers have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't